Here we require medication, but do we take it?
Hey kiddies, Mama's back and with a brand new express lesson. As you know, we're on look 3 of our Full Face of Give Beauty by Gwen Stefani. Rather than ramble on, let's just jump straight into it. But I will have to clip my bangs out of the way. So for those of you watching last time, today is going to be all about a smoky, sultry look. A smoky eye can really be a daunting thing for a lot of people, but the trick is to really make sure that you keep blending. Traditionally, a smoky eye was blacks and greys, but today it really applies to any color. It just means an eye color that's blown out and diffused. So what are we thinking of the new lighting, kiddies? I know I was looking like the Crypt Keeper in my past episodes. A few people slid into my DMs telling me how much I needed filler for my under eyes. I know my eyes are in the back of my skull. I just can't afford filler, and also I'm pretty without it. If I believe it, the rest of you will. Let's get on to this smoky eye. For the first part of this look, we're really going to focus on using Scar Vibes and bouncing shoes. First, we're going to take bouncing shoes. We're going to take it under the eye, and after that, we'll just smoke it out. Again, this is all about being diffused and soft. One thing with these mousse shadows, which took me by surprise, is the movability of them. A little does go a really long way. So it's always safest to start with less and add more. These are a buildable product. Don't be afraid to take your time. This time when we take it above the eye, we're going to keep it to the same shape of the socket. This is more about complementing the shape of your eye as opposed to drawing it out in that elongated, lifted look. Always starting a little bit from where you want to blend it out to, because then it will give your product somewhere to move. Ooh, this is such a nice color, Gwenny. Now taking Scar Vibes. Fun story about this one. My friend was in New York for her, let's say, milestone birthday. I won't give away her menopausal secrets, but I got her to get me this and Violet Timing. And then she got back to Australia and they launched in store. Gwen, I think we need to go to counselling. I'm not impressed. I check every single day for those bronzers and highlighters. Frothing from every orifice. Unacceptable. So now we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to take it closer in to leave some of that bouncing shoe poking through. But then we're also going to fill in the entire lid with it. Scar Vibes has an almost purple tone to it that's not captured in any of the online photos. It's really a beautiful and unique brown. I love it. I must say, when I wore this for a little while before the other ones came out, which was like 2 days. And I was stopped every time, which surprised me because it was just a plain matte brown with the Violet Timing liner, but they really are a great combo. So of course we're not going to do that today. Again, we want it soft and diffused. When you really start perfecting it, you're going to start really noticing that your eye shape is going to look sharper because that diffused color is really going to highlight the beautiful shape of your eye. Now, don't worry about getting this too perfect on the lid. This is only a base for what's to come. I have Wind It Up stuck in my head. Dum, 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 wind it up. I gotta say, if anyone else is Middle Eastern, do you hear the dubki in that song? Because that's all I can hear every time I hear it. As I said, what's really cool about these is whatever's left on your brush, you can really use to smoke out the eye. It really does act like a powder in that way. Just swing it around to follow that socket. Now we're gonna get exciting. This is what I really love to do with these lined up liners. Taking Greener Pastures, which is a gorgeous khaki with a gold reflect. We're going to line the waterline, tight line under the eye, but then we're gonna fill in the entire lid and then soften those edges. And remember to blend softly with these. You don't want to wipe them away before they set. See how the browns really act as a beautiful base for that green. Ooh. Now these are super creamy, so just be gentle that you don't overuse the product or break the tip. Oh, 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 ah! I'm just loving every inch of this. Look at her, she's a combat queen. Is she a sergeant in the military? I think so. I want all of you to stand to attention right before me. Salute me in every way possible. Ever so delicately making it a little bit deeper. Remember, we love to go deep. And swing around that outer corner of your eye to fully encapsulate the eyes. We want that brown eye completely enclosed. I mean, it might all seem very similar, but different steps are going to give you a different outcome. We're going to focus on a brow this time. I know. The last look, the weight was around the lip. This time we're going to bring it to the upper part of the face. Taking Gwen's Most Def liner, what I love about this, it's so easy to etch out the shape of a brow. Really just taking it across the shape of the brow and then just dragging it through. Oh, she's gorgeous. Now, Gwen, what I'm going to need to see from you next time is a brow gel. My brow gel, which I love and have used for years, they've gotten a little bit greedy with their pricing. I'm ready to abandon them. I'm ready to break up with them, and I'm ready to use yours. And those don't even look like adoptive cousins.
I could be a Disney villainess with those.
Now, of course, we have to highlight. Today, we're going to use Top Knot. And like we did in our last Give video, tapping it on the cheeks, carving out that brow bone and blending it into your transition shade. This one does have a bit more of a sparkle to it. More show business. We want to impress those cheap seats up the back. Who doesn't love it up the back? Oh, it's just so beautiful. I love these products so much. They really need to get more credit. I love them. Gwen, I'm going to be the face of your brand. Stop denying our love. You'll be the pop to my princess. Now for the lip. One of my top 3 liners. I actually just got to back up one of these. I've never run out of a lip liner before. That's how much I have left. Thanks, Sephora sale. This is one of the best liners on the market. Like the Most Def brow pencil. It's self-sharpening because of the shape of the pencil, and see how it's cut into it. So as it wears down, it self-sharpens. We're just gonna line the lip. And because we've got that army kind of khaki kind of vibe, we have to go in with camo. And I think I'm gonna be a bit naughty and I'm going to add the dolled up gloss because we're dolling ourselves up a little bit, dolls. This is actually the first product I got, and this is what made me fall in love with the brand. I freaking love this lip gloss. It is so beautiful. Obsessed. This and Sweet Tooth, the best. And let's not forget, when I got Sweet Tooth, I went all over Sydney to find that, and I got the last one. And I wasn't even sorry about it. That is one thing we do need, Gwen, is we need a cooler liner, a cooler nude liner. Maybe not as nude, maybe a bit of a pink. Mauve, we need a mauve. I love a mauve liner, Gwen, and I need one from you. I'm abandoning all brands for you, Gwen. How much commitment do you need? Just a subtle hint of that pink popping through. It's a vibe, I like it. Now with my beloved silicone brush that just is so good. I forgot to tightline. No wonder I look ridiculous. One of you better have called the paramedics because I forgot to highlight my inner corner again. You know what I really like about these products? You can tell that Gwen Stefani was a makeup artist, and there's something that Gwen and I have in common. Our first jobs were both MAC girls. Now there's a brand I'll never use again. Going in with Top Knot to highlight the inner corner and use it as a primer, and I'm going to do something I never normally would do. I'm going to use Dazzle to highlight the inner corner. Typically that would be far too bronze for me, but Give makes me do wild things. And if we're not here to experiment, then what's the point of having this relationship, Gwen? This unrequited love. Oh, that's so pretty, doesn't need any more. But yes, I'm going to go in with Dazzle. Let's go and potentially ruin this look that I'm obsessed with. Oh, I love it. The romance is back on. Oh, look at that. Who's that pretty girl in the mirror there? Oh, I thought it would be too bronze for the inner corner, and it is perfect. I look amazing. You don't need to write it in the comments. I already know. Mummy has to go put some eyelashes on, but she'll be back in 3, 2, and she's back. What can I say that I haven't said before? Actually, something. What I love about this brand is, unlike any other brand, I've always found myself creating something new and pushing the boundaries of what I like to do. That's really exciting for someone who has a lot of makeup and does their makeup all the time. I'm always excited to use this brand. With that being said, a little subtle hint for what the theme next week could be with little baby Gwen. Anyway, kitties, it's a pleasure as always. See you next time. Mummy loves you. Hey Google, play Wind It Up by Gwen Stefani.